We reviewed all the information that was given to us carefully. As you know, we had a unredacted report that we signed DNAs for. So we took all of that information into consideration, and it reaffirmed what we had thought back in December.
Brenda, how much is it going to cost the city to wind down the SPS? Obviously, there's going to be some severance handed out to a number of employees there. Any ballpark figure of what it's going to cost?
Yeah, we had some ballparks that we talked about earlier. The challenge is now that the information we have was within the non-disclosure agreement, so I can't give that out yet. I am hopeful, though, moving forward, we will be able to once we present a new document to the residents.
So you can't even give us a ballpark, like millions, or are we talking millions, or are we talking hundreds of thousands? What?
Well, I mean, it will obviously be millions, but we don't know what those millions look like. I'm sorry.
How concerned are you about staffing for the RCMP? We've heard in the past SPS officers saying they aren't interested in returning or coming as an RCMP officer. How do you guys plan to address that?
I'm not concerned at all. I've had assurances both from the commissioner, the deputy commissioner, and the officer in charge here at Surrey. I am very confident the RCMP can meet those numbers.
Did every single council member vote?
I can't talk about that. That was in a closed meeting.
And why was the meeting in behind closed doors?
Well, we signed NDAs that required the information. The province required that NDAs were given to us, and we signed them.
Jalal Siddiqui from Omni. Is there a timeline for RCMP to be back to full strength?
There are timelines that we will be looking at, but in the short term, we're looking at the cooperation between the RCMP and the SPS to move forward, and we're confident that professionalism will ensure that we are a safe community until that happens.
We have time for one more
Brenda,
question.
could you kind of work through that process issue that was raised previously there? Because you signed an NDA, why does that mean that you can't disclose how you voted, or perhaps even have a vote in public on Monday, or that next council
meeting? The non-disclosure agreement was on the information. As you know, the city was given two options and required to sign a non-disclosure agreement to see the information we had to review. And so we can't talk about that. There is also some sensitive policing information that was in the documents that we reviewed, and that is another reason that it was enclosed. But we can't disclose.
The information and just asking how council voted. Surely that's not in the NDA.
Pardon me?
Surely it's not in the NDA that we can't say how council voted.
We can't disclose we can't give information out of closed. I can't share with you information. No. I can tell you the outcome of the vote, and the outcome was affirmative to keep the RCMP.
Mary,
that's actually all the time we have, and thank you very much, everyone.
Excuse me, the news conference just started at 11. There's a lot of media here, and we have a lot of questions. What's the rush? We were here all day yesterday, and there was no news conference. We need some more information here. Is the mayor prepared to stay and answer questions?
I'll take one or two more.
Thank you. Are you expecting pushback from Mr. Farnworth? I mean, you've got this decision and vote by council, but Mr. Farnworth is really the top cop in the province. He may say no. Is that a possibility? And then what?
The Police Act is very clear, and as I said, the Police Act is very clear that it is the choice of the city to choose their police department. We chose to stay with the RCMP. The minister, and I have talked to him, I know he was leaning the other way, but he gave us two options, and we picked the RCMP. So I know he wants and has concerns about public safety, as do we, and we will work through those issues with him. We have told him that we are quite open to working cooperatively to get to that end.
Have you talked to the Premier too, and what has he said about this decision?
I haven't talked to him since the decision. I talked to him just before the meeting yesterday.
All right, thank you. That's all the time
Just
we
last,
have.
will there be financial support from the provincial government now? Because initially, Minister Fanwood mentioned that he will be giving $150 million if you continue with the SPS, but now you have stick with RCMP. What is the financial backup? Will there be any financial backup from the province to support RCMP in Surrey?
No, the minister was clear that the up to $150 million was only for the SPS.
And how do you think some of the critics say like the taxpayer shouldn't bear the cost?
Thank you, everyone.
Sorry?
The critics, they say taxpayers, they shouldn't bear the cost. And like, how do you think of that? They shouldn't pay for the transition.
Well, we're not transitioning now, so.
I mean, like return the RCMP, return the RCMP.
I'll answer that really quickly. We know very clearly from the corporate report that you would have all seen in December that the option to stay with the RCMP is far, far less costly than to move forward with the Surrey Police Service. So the cost to the taxpayer is actually an absolute consideration in all this, and this is a better option for the taxpayer.